Hello YouTube, this is the Mac Helper again. This is your 5th Java tutorial. Today I'll be showing you some math operators and the increment operator. But before we start, I would like to say something. I would first of all like to thank the Bucky or the New Boston, because I'm using the basic outline of his Java tutorial for these tutorials. I would really like to thank him for that, because I'm a terrible teacher. I would miss out parts that need in the beginning and put in parts that would normally be taught later on. So I'll thank you for that. Then next I would like to point out that I will probably be making this video weekly. I'll upload 1 or 2 videos every Saturday. I'll upload definitely one every on a Saturday, and I might upload one on a Wednesday. And I will also be probably be making a C++ tutorial in the future. So if you want to learn C++ and Windows programming, then go ahead and watch that. It will also be for all kind of platforms like Mac OS X, Linux, and Windows. And I will again use a free program. Next, so let's get started then with the tutorial. Let's go ahead and make a new class, and let's call it episode 05 math operators. And let's click don't forget to click the public static void main button and finish it off. Okay, once we get our screen, let's get started. First we'll make 3 ints called num1, num2, and result. Okay, after that is done, we'll set num1 equal to 9, and num2 we'll set it equal to 5. Okay, the next thing I want to show you guys is, the first thing I'll show you is the math operators. Some might look very logical, and yes they are, but I just wanted to show you guys to make sure. So this is adding num1 and num2. This would be subtracting num1 and num2. This might be a little strange, that's the asterisk sign to multiply. And then we also have the slash, the forward slash to divide. However, if you have an int and you divide an int by an int, the result will also be an int. So that means if we would run this program, we would get the answer of 1 and not what it actually should be. So let's make a statement to print out result. So if you would run this, it's 1 right there. So if we there's also another operator, and it's the percentage sign, and this will give the remainder of the division of num1 and num2. So if you run this, we would get 4, because that's the remainder. Because if you divide, because 5 goes into 9 once, and then there's a remainder of 4. So there we go, there's a remainder. Okay, that's the next. The next thing I would like to show is the increment operator. The increment operator is actually an easy way to add 1 to a variable. So let's say we want to add 1. we do plus plus num1. So that would add 1 to the variable num1. We could also put these put the plus signs in behind the operator. And what we could also do is when we print out num1, we could also put it in between the brackets, so when we're printing it out. Let's do it in beginning. Wait. Let's copy and paste this because we're lazy. And so we definitely see the difference. So if you run this, okay, don't watch the 4 anymore, it's just so you see before it was 1, then we incremented with the increment sign, and it became 10. However, I would recommend you to use the increment operator in front of the variable, because when you use it in the brackets, well, it depends actually, because when you use it in the brackets, it depends if you want to display the incremented number or not. So if you want to display the incremented number, you have to put the increment sign in front, so the 2 pluses in front of the number of the variable, because this means that it will first increment the number and then display it. But if you would put the 2 pluses behind the number, then it will first display the number and then increment the variable. So let's make one more statement, num1, to see the difference. Oh, and let's first put the increment operator in front. So what will happen then is that it will display 9 and then twice 10 and then a 4, because it's incremented before it displayed, right there. But if we would put the increment operator behind, then we would run this again. Then we have 9, 9, 10 because it incremented after it displayed. We could also use the minus sign. It would also work. So then it would -1. That would be 9, 9, 8, 4. Right there. So that's it for math operators and increment operator. If this helped you and you like the tutorials, please give me a thumbs up so I know I'm doing a good job, and I will keep making tutorials as long as I can. And feel free to leave a comment.